The original 1989 Roadhouse remains enduringly popular thanks to its memorable dialogue, stylized fight sequences, and quirky characters, yet one modern action franchise proves that the movie still wasted one of the strongest aspects of its premise. In some ways, Roadhouse is a fairly typical action flick. Patrick Swayze plays a riff on the celebrated "man with no name" trope, popularized by genre classics like Yojimbo and A Fistful of Dollars, saving a community from the attention of corrupt villains. However, while the movie played with aspects of convention, a subsequent series shows that its premise could have been pushed. Aside from Patrick Swayze's iconic delivery of lines like "pain don't hurt," the most memorable thing about Roadhouse is its strange and sometimes surreal setup. The film appears to be set in a parallel world where, Mad Max-like, traditional law and order has totally collapsed and business people must turn to an elite group of bouncers to protect their interests. Characters like Dalton and Wade Garrett are celebrities, recognized wherever they go. It's this quirk that invites parallels between Roadhouse and another action franchise, proving that the movie wasted what could have been a creatively rich setting. Roadhouse could have been the original John Wick. Although their styles and stories seem completely different, the connections between John Wick and Roadhouse are impossible to ignore. Just as bouncers like Sam Elliott's Wade Garrett and Dalton are infamous in their industry, commanding way more attention than would normally be expected of people in their profession, John Wick imagines a world dominated by an underground cabal of assassins, where everyone seems to know everyone and law enforcement seems totally absent. After the success of Wick, it's easy to see how Roadhouse could have better used its legendary bouncer premise to build an entire world. Had Roadhouse really committed to the idea that the movie setting is populated by dozens of notorious bouncers, traveling the country and helping needy businessmen and women, the film could have been elevated beyond the pulpy action it is known for. Just as John Wick was improved by elements like the Continental and the rules under the high table, Roadhouse could have explained more about why Garrett and Dalton are so notorious and whether there are more like them constituting an elite bouncers guild. It may be a bold concept, but John Wick proves that such detailed world-building can be highly lucrative. Dalton and Wade Garrett's backstories needed way more explanation. Patrick Swayze as Dalton and Sam Elliott as Wade Garrett in Roadhouse 1989 custom image by Sean Morrison. Expanding Roadhouse's strange bouncer premise would not only have been a great decision for the franchise's future, but it would have also fixed a major flaw within the first movie. While Dalton and Wade Garrett's obvious pedigree and reputation help give both characters some mystique, it is also extremely distracting. Especially regarding Elliott's Garrett, the character's fame begs several immediate questions, chief among which is why staff in a rural Missouri bar would instantly recognize a bouncer who previously worked with Dalton in New York.